Someone you care about goes quiet. Not dramatically. There's no fight, no announcement. They just pull back a little. Shorter replies. Less eye contact. A wall where there used to be a door. And the story your mind reaches for, almost instantly, is the worst one. They're losing interest. This is the beginning of the end. But a lot of the time, that story is exactly backwards. Because the strange thing about emotional withdrawal is that it often happens because someone cares, not because they've stopped. What you're seeing isn't the absence of feeling. It's a specific thing their nervous system does when feeling gets to be too much. And once you understand what's actually happening on their side, you'll also understand why the natural thing you do next, reaching harder, tends to make it worse. There's a loop here, and I want to show you how to step out of it. Let's start with what withdrawal actually is. Psychologists who study attachment have a name for it: deactivation. The idea is that all of us have an attachment system, the part of us that reaches for closeness when we're stressed. For some people, when a relationship starts to feel like a source of stress instead of a source of safety, that system does something protective. It goes offline. It deactivates. Not to punish you, to stop things from getting worse. Here's what that looks like from the inside. Imagine someone who, as a kid, learned that big emotions didn't go well, that needing too much led to disappointment, or that the safest move when things got intense was to get small and quiet. That person grows up, falls in love, and then hits a moment of real closeness or real conflict. And instead of leaning in, something in them slams shut. They feel a pull to disappear, to go cold, to suddenly get very logical about a very emotional thing. From the outside, it looks like they don't care. From the inside, it often feels like an emergency, an urge to escape a room that's getting too hot. Now, one important distinction, because these get confused. Withdrawal is not the same as stonewalling. Stonewalling is a tactic, shutting someone out in the middle of an argument, sometimes to punish or control. That's a specific in-the-moment move. Withdrawal is more like weather. It's a slow, atmospheric pulling back. Less curiosity, less sharing. A quiet fading of the connection over time. It's usually not strategic at all. It's a defense running on autopilot, often below the person's own awareness. And here's the turn, the part that changes how you respond. When one person withdraws, the other person almost always does the most human thing possible. They reach. More texts. More "are we okay?" More trying to get a response. It makes complete sense. But to a nervous system that's already overwhelmed, that reaching doesn't register as love. It registers as pressure. And pressure makes the valve close tighter. So the withdrawer pulls back more, which makes the other person reach harder, which makes the withdrawer pull back more. Relationship researchers have a name for this too: the demand-withdraw pattern. And it's one of the most reliable predictors of two people slowly growing miserable together. Not because either one is bad, because they're caught in a loop that feeds itself. So what do you actually do when someone you love goes quiet? The instinct is to close the distance fast. The more useful move is almost the opposite. You make it safe to come back. You can't chase someone out of a freeze response, but you can lower the temperature in the room so their system stops treating you as the threat. Here's one concrete way to do it. Instead of a bid that asks for reassurance, "Why are you being distant? Are we okay?" which lands as more pressure, try a bid that offers space and a door at the same time. Something like, "I notice you've gone a bit quiet. That's okay. I'm here when you're ready. No rush." Read what that does. It names the distance without accusing. It removes the demand. And it leaves the door open on their timing instead of yours. For someone whose whole pattern is closeness plus pressure equals danger, a door with no pressure attached is the rarest, safest thing you can offer. And if you're the one who pulls away, because plenty of us are, the move is to narrate the shutdown instead of just vanishing into it. Even a small sentence changes everything. I'm not upset with you. I just need a little while to come back to myself. That one line tells the other person the door isn't closing. You're just stepping behind it for a moment. It turns a disappearance into a pause. And a pause doesn't trigger the panic that a disappearance does. So the next time someone goes quiet on you, before you reach for the worst story, try a different one. Maybe this isn't them leaving. Maybe this is them protecting something, clumsily, silently, in a language they were never taught to say out loud. That reframe won't fix everything. Some distance really is distance, but it will stop you from pouring pressure onto a fire you were trying to put out. Closeness isn't only built in the warm moments. A lot of it is built in how you handle the cold ones. Whether you can stay steady while someone finds their way back, instead of yanking on a door that only opens from the inside. The people who feel safest to love are usually the ones who learn to wait at the door without pounding on it. That's the project here, making the quiet, confusing parts of being close to people a little more understandable, one idea at a time. Next time, I want to look at the mirror image of all this. Not the person who pulls away, but the person who never pulls for anything, who's so easy to be around that no one ever thinks to ask what they actually need. That's where we'll pick this up.